We got a grumpy boy with us today, don't we? Yeah, Mr. Grumpy Pants.
Stop it!
He said he wanted to come help today, and he got all ornery.
Oh, my hair.
It's on your hair?
Yeah.
Okay, put your helmet on. We gotta do a little welding, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Okay, is your helmet on?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is that gonna work?
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah. I don't know.
We need to put some more welds on there. We're just tacking it for now. So we're just doing a little bit of work on the hood of this Alice Chalmers tractor. This front screen, at one point, it just had these little, I don't know, these little clips that we never really liked. Like this sat on the screen here, and it clipped back into the actual hood. And it seems like it popped off a couple of times, and I know it popped off once and this got ran over, all bent up. So we're doing something a little bit different. So my dad made these little brackets here and bought, I don't know, like a T-clip. I don't know what you'd call this. And so the idea is we weld that on there, and this will go onto there. It will weld, or will bolt on this holder. So they'll bolt this onto the screen here. Yeah, that'll go there, huh? So this will be on the hood. This will be on the screen, like so. That'll just slide right in there and keep that screen from falling off. Got that one welded on. Got this side welded on. Now we'll just mount that T-handle and figure out where we want to pop the holes for our clip deal. This other side. Okay. Where's the screwdriver?
Hey.
Right there. Thank you.
What's that?
This is Loctite, so the nut doesn't come off.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Screwdriver. Thank you.
A screwdriver.
Keep going.
It's hot.
Tight? You want to try this?
Yeah.
Cool. Good job.
Set me back on there.
Gotta figure out where to put the other one at, okay?
How would you have a winch?
What?
How would you have a winch?
Oh, the Ranger have a winch?
Yeah. No, like a winch.
Oh, winch.
Yeah.
It does have a winch, huh?
For what? It can pull people out of the mud.
They pull people out of the mud.
What's that?
I'm just trying to mark this. What are you doing?
So we're working on this tractor.
Are we? Is it fixed yet?
It's
It is getting kind of broken. It's an old tractor, huh?
Yeah, we were about to fix on it. We used tools.
We're using tools. Oh, so is this the tractor that caught on fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, huh?
It caught on fire and the wheel just got a hole in there.
Yeah.
And it.
Yeah, it's had a lot of life. There we go.
What are you gonna do?
Pretty much fixed. Nothing special, but it'll do the job. I'll try to find some orange spray paint or something to put a layer of paint on here so it doesn't rust.
370.
It's definitely better than what it was.
45 and a
45 and
half.
a half?
Yeah.
No way. That's pretty tall.
That's so tall.
Okay, you ready to go do something else? Just sneak by him house. So we're just attaching that box scraper to this little Alice Chalmers tractor. Dad wants to use it. He'll use it to clean up some of these ruts in the hay yard and going out here into the field where we're feeding at. You can see here how the ruts just kind of get deep through winter when it gets muddy and whatnot, taking hay in and out of here. So we just got a whole bunch of odd projects going on today and tomorrow. Lindsay and I are actually trying to get out of the country here for about 9 or 10 days. So we're just trying to get as much done as we can right now with my dad, so he can do stuff by himself while we're gone. So we're hooking up the equipment, gonna shuttle a few pieces of equipment around, make sure these cows are situated. So tomorrow we'll probably move these cows over to a little pasture piece on the other side of the Quonset, where there's probably a couple days worth of feed there. Then we'll move them back inside this elk fence, where my dad will while we're gone. And that way they can really clean up this grass inside here, and hopefully this will last them until we get back. Then we'll move them down to the river. So I'm sure you notice our dummy wire here across the hay shed. We got that ribbon on it like it's an electric fence. It's not charged, but it's been enough to keep the cows out of here. And there's no real reason for them to want to get in here and eat this dry hay when there's all this nice green grass for them. So Alice and I are just moving this tractor and harrow out of the hay shed here while we've got the gate open, because my dad's going to want to use it on the pasture where the cows were just the other week before we went up on the forest with them. So just getting this out of here, getting it ready for them. Alice and I are just walking around this little pasture piece real quick. There's not much of a fence on the south side because all these trees, there was a fence in there at one point, but these trees are always tipping over and losing branches. So I think when Lindsay and I first got married, we came out here and just cleaned up all the dead trees and branches that were piled up in this pasture. Just piled them up along the south side and made a bit of a, I call it a debris fence. It's literally just logs and branches stacked up on top of each other, just to try to deter them from wanting to crawl through all these trees. Seems to work fine as long as you don't get them too hungry. As long as they're not pushing on a lot of stuff, they seem pretty content in here. They got a bunch of shade, and as you can see, there's a fair amount of grass in here. Alice, come here. Let's show them how tall this grass is. Yeah, how tall is this grass? Stay right there. Stay right there. No, stand up. Stand up. Show them how tall the grass is. Okay, stand up. So that's some tall grass, huh? It's tall enough to hide a little boy. I'm not sure how long the cows will last in here. I wouldn't think more than a couple days. Then we'll kick them back out to that inside the elk fence. Just what our thought is so they're not all the way done eating the grass inside the elk fence, but we want to beat that down pretty clean, just for like the fire danger and whatnot. And we just don't know if there's enough grass in there until we get back from our trip. So we figured we'd put them in here for 2 or 3 days, and then we'll kick them back. Well, my dad will kick them back in there after they've eaten all this down, and then we can really make them clean that up. And hopefully by then, Lindsay and I will be home and we can move them down to the river. Because like I was saying, there's not a great fence here behind me, so we won't make them really clean this off because we don't want them to start pushing on stuff in here, because they'll just push their way outside. They'll just push themselves right out of the pasture. But I mean, you can see what I'm talking about. These big trees here, they just lose these big limbs in windstorms and whatnot, and they fall down and smash whatever fence was here. So this is what I'm saying. All I did was just pile up a bunch of debris in between each of these tree trunks, Lindsay and I. Seems like it works fairly well. And it's pretty thick and jungly back there anyway. I don't know that they'd want to crawl through there. Then we get back over to here where we had the cows all winter and spring. You can see the shelters right there. So yeah, there's a decent amount of grass in here. So from here over where those mangers are, back down, and the water troughs up in there. And we got the tree fence on this side. A lot of mosquitoes in here though, getting eaten alive.
I'm looking for a mushroom.
Huh? Looking for mushrooms?
Yeah.
Okay. Really? Kind of funny. You make yourself a little business with that and small engines. So it's literally all we've done. Just pile up sticks and logs in between each of these tree trunks. So like I said, if you look back here, you can see where the fence was at one point. There's a post there, and you can see some of the wire and sheep fence smashed to the ground. on, cows. Okay, stay here for a minute, buddy. Come on, cows. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, cows. Yep. Come on, cows. Come on, cows. Come on, kitties. Come on, kitty. Come on. Yep. Come on. Come on, kitties. Yep. Come on. Come on, cows. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, kitties. Come on.
Wait up.
Oh, coos. Oh, coos. Yeah. Oh, coos. Oh, kitties. Hey, come on. Oh, kitty. Come on. Come on. Turn around. Turn around. Hey. 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 Come on, cows. Come on, cows. All right, so got them moved across. Hopefully they're contented over there for at least 2 or 3 days. And like I was saying, after that, my dad and maybe probably Kenny will help move them back over here inside the elk fence, and then we'll just have them really clean that little piece in here off, and then kick them down the river. Hopefully about the time we get back from our trip. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Have a good day.